I'll be going through the answers quickly, so make sure your course book is open and in front of you. And please stop and rewind the video as you need to. So, got your book open in front of you? Are your answers in capitals? Want to know why the answers are the answers? Then let's go. Question number 1 is a great reminder to us that we have to be analytical in terms of the approach, not just of the words around the gap, but of the whole sentence structure. Because if we are analytical of the whole sentence structure here, what we see is that we have a passive form. One thing that's missing from this passive form is a form of the verb be, which is exactly what we need in this gap. And in this particular context, we need is. Question number 2, pure vocabulary. If you didn't know this expression or the opposite expression, which uses the same preposition, then make sure you know it from now on. The preposition that we need is, of course, for the better, or you could say for the worse. If you hadn't learned your lesson from question number 1, then you're not going to get question number 3 right, or at least you're going to struggle, because in question number 3, once again, we have another passive form. And once again, we don't have a form of the verb be. And in this case, the form of the verb be that we need is were. Question number 4. Here it helps to refer back to the context. The context is about an experiment between two sets of people. One set of people had a mirror, one set of people didn't have a mirror. And it's this negative form that we need to communicate in this gap. And the word that we need to do that is without. Question number 5, what we need here is the correct preposition given the context, because of course thinking after we act makes no sense given this context. Of course we need the opposite preposition to think before you, or in this case, we act. For question number 6, a good appreciation of sentence structure would tell you straight away the thing that's missing here is an article. Which article? Well, let's have a look. It says greater level of self-awareness. So here it lends itself to an indefinite article, and given the word that follows is greater, beginning with G, the answer that we need here is A. For question number 7, you'll see the beginning of this clause, and it'll say if, and straight away you'll think, aha, conditional. Aha, not quite, because what we're expressing here is not a conditional, but actually a deep wish that something happens. And if we're expressing a deep wish, then what we need to say is if only. And that's exactly what we need here, the word only. For question number 8, the question you've got to ask yourself is, who do we want to see in a favourable light? Is it referring to you, me, them, who is it? Of course, we're referring to the person themselves. In other words, to fit the context here, we need the reflexive pronoun ourselves, which is why the answer is ourselves. Because we like to have a positive self-image and prefer to see ourselves in a favourable light.